podcast mic?
Um, I don't know. It was in my bag, so I decided to use it.
Nice.
I
Sure, there's
have
a
a
joke
meeting
there.
with.
I can't think of any.
Let's see. This is the first nothing interesting episode with special guest Mike.
Nice. What's his last name? Raffone? Mike Raffone. That actually does kind of sound like a name, Raffone. So you started saying something. You have a meeting with someone?
Oh, I have a meeting with Randy later today. So I don't know. I'm gonna just test this out to see if I should try and use it or not.
Ah, okay. No, I can't think of anything.
So you look sleeker.
I do, because I just started a new phase of my life. And I look
Nice.
horrible with a shaved head. I've tried twice. So I'm like, nah, let's not go that route. It feels light. Also, I feel like I'm 12.
So I started thinking like, okay, if we're gonna set some big audacious goals, like we should start thinking about like what are the basic like KPIs of what's actually gonna need to happen to do that stuff. And I think at least reviewing like the message you sent yesterday about kind of like setting some kind of like, okay, I think this is what I'm going to do today, and then reviewing. I think something like that would be really helpful for me.
It's funny because yesterday I came up with a different idea that is
Hmm,
really dumb. So I might have to do it.
even better.
I, my friend who lives in Vancouver, I forget how it came up, but like as a joke, he's like, oh no, I was saying like I don't know what's in my future, but because I was explaining the story of what, when I went for a run yesterday.
Mhm.
And I'm like, I don't know what my future is gonna hold, but it's gonna be fucking awesome. And he's like, maybe your future is in Vancouver. And I'm like, it sounds like you're challenging me to swim or run all the way there. And then I'm like, huh, what, just for fun. So it's like he's like, I Googled it and it's 7,000 kilometers away. So it's like as a joke, before he said that, I'm like, oh, okay, I guess I'll see you in 2 years. And then he's like 7,000 kilometers away. I'm like, okay, 7,000 kilometers, 10 kilometers per day would take about 2 years. So I guess I was right. Anyway, so I was like, messing around with that idea just for fun. I was like, ooh, what if I did something ridiculously insane like that? Like, I'm going to have this walking challenge or running challenge or whatever. And until I hit my business goal, it's like until I generate, I don't know, let's say $10,000 per month, I need to keep doing that goal and run every single day, even though I know myself. And within a couple of days or a couple of weeks, I'm going to become really tired of that and I'm not going to enjoy it anymore. So I'm like, that would probably really motivate me to succeed in business way more
Mm,
than money or being successful. It's like I will do way more to stop having to do something that I will do to accomplish something.
dang. So could it be like for every day that you haven't Like, or maybe it's like every financial goal you set that you hit, you can restart the clock. But it's like as long as you're working towards a specific milestone, you have to add 1 kilometer a day.
Oh, shit.
So it's like
But
if you don't crack your goal in like 30, 60 days, like you'll be running like full marathons like on the reg.
yeah, I think that would like, okay, no, it wouldn't destroy my body because like I know that if I run regularly for 30 to 60 days, like my cardio is going to be good. And it's like, I know that the body can handle a lot. So I'd be okay, but
Mhm.
man, that would be like exhausting. The only thing is like, I don't know if it's possible to hit those goals within 30 or 60 days. Like it's
I
been
don't
done for
know.
other people, but it's like they've done it before. I haven't.
Yeah. Well, who's to what? Oh, what if you set a goal without looking up what's possible? Or if you're like, I'm gonna do this thing, and it's like, oh yeah, this is hard, but it was like, but I just I did it anyway. But and then you found out like the context of where it falls like way later. So sort of like you've heard the story about like Cliff Young, like the um ultra marathon runner in Australia.
Nope.
He was this old guy. Um and he signed up like having never run professionally before. He was in his like 60s or 70s, I think, maybe older. And so he signed up for this like huge, I want to say like 50 or 90 kilometer race. Anyway, this huge, I don't know, it's this gigantic long. I probably should just Google it. But he he had signed up to do he was 61. He signed up to do an ultra marathon in 1983. So this is like when ultra marathons were not a thing.
Yeah.
This was like the ridiculous hardcore people to the extreme. And running wasn't even like mainstream in the 80s. It was like only for athletes basically. So this is a 544-mile race. So let's see, what is that in kilometers?
Like 700 and something.
That's 875 kilometers.
Oh.
So he signs up to this thing in like leather work boots. And everybody's like, what the heck? This old guy, like, why is he running? And it's like a huge race. And so all these young athletes, like, this guy's gonna like eat it so hard. So they all start running, and he's like dead last, like the last one. And they just run and run and run. And then they run like all day, and they take their break at night, and then in the morning he had passed them all. Like he just ran straight through the night, and he basically ran the race without stopping. And all of them had been like ultra marathons, like hadn't been a long thing. So like everybody had basically had this mindset that like you run all day and then you rest for a certain period at night. And so they were like resting, and he just like went, and he was the slowest one. He kind of was like shuffle jogging, and but like he beat all of them by a huge margin because he just didn't ever stop. And so he was like a sheep farmer that as a kid would like just follow the sheep for days, like sometimes in like rainy weather, and he would just kind of like shuffle along, and he kind of had learned how to, I don't know, sort of semi uh rest or like kind of keep himself um like moving while still like exhausted. And so he was able to like just run basically straight for 3 days. And now like when ultra marathon runners do these epic ultra long races, like they copy a lot of the stuff that he did. Like they have this sort of like hunch walk that like allows you to kind of relax and conserve energy and do more of a shuffle. Anyway, it's just really interesting. And people don't sleep now that they know that that's possible. Like they just run straight.
Yeah, that reminds me of a guy, like, I don't know, it might be the same guy, I have no idea, where he did something like insane like that. And like turns out he had some sort of like, I don't know, not a disease, but like a, I forget, it was pituitary gland malfunction, something like that. But it's like basically he wouldn't develop lactic acid. So his muscles could keep going forever. And it's like he did something like that of like running for like 5 days straight, like nonstop.
Dang.
Holy crap.
I wonder if there's a way to like get that mutation. Like, can you modify yourself to, or can you change with like lifestyle, like your lactic acid production?
I don't know. But yeah, just anyway, to get back to the original point, I just feel like doing something like this would be way more motivating for me than the promise of success and money, you know?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know, it's just an idea that I came up with. I haven't really thought it through or figured out if that's what I want to do. But I was just thinking like, let's put all of the, like, let's stack all the chips in my favor.
Mhm.
You love mosquitoes so much that you're clapping for them.
Uh-huh.
Are you gonna eat it?
Don't think I will.
You're like, I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, okay. I have nothing else to say after that. So I just look at you, I'm like, is he gonna do it? Like, I really had no idea.
Oh man.
See, we're each weird in our own way. Like, I randomly start running and run like 12 kilometers with no training, and you randomly eat bugs. It's like we're both weird, just in different ways. Hmm.
Indeed. All right, so let me see here.
'Cause I feel like there's something on the tip of my mind, even though my mind doesn't have a tip, but whatever. I just feel like there's something there.
I think I want to get into the habit of structuring my thoughts the same way that you would organize a VSO. So like starting to like if I know I'm gonna have a conversation with somebody, like to do a little bit of maybe 5 minutes or so of just like kind of organizing, oh, I know this piece of information, or I can go look up this sort of thing. So whenever I'm gonna whether it's a podcast or like a call with somebody, really starting to build in the way I communicate, even if it's just off the cuff. It's not like necessarily polished or rehearsed, but like trying to structure and organize the information that people want to hear. And just starting to refine the way that I communicate in a like sales, or like communicating the information that people want to know or need to know. Just so that becomes a way of being for me.
Okay.
I
By
don't
the
know
way, what's
why that video sales letter. So basically, like when you hit a land page and there's a video that you can watch, that's like the video version of like all the copy that's on the page.
Mhm.
That's what that is. So it's like what you would do for a webinar is usually like, here's a specific teaching thing that demonstrates my expertise to sell you into my thing. Video sales letter is like here's all the outcome stuff that you want that's listed on it's like when you hire a copywriter to do a land page, like that's the stuff that they would put on there. So video sales letter is just the person doing it as a, something that's more personal.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So I feel like in terms of figuring out my message, like if I'm just every time I'm talking with somebody who's like potentially in my market, like I should just learn how to speak that way so that I'm constantly testing and measuring what are people responding to. That way, when it comes time to build a website or a sales page, it's sort of like the copy's already kind of figured out. I'm not having to, engineer it. It's just done through the refinement and whittling process of having already validated and tested it.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, what was coming up for me, which is completely different and unrelated, it was the concept of, I'm really big on challenges. It's like, all right, let's, plan and launch like a successful business in 30 days. And that's smart, but at the same time, it's also very, very dumb, because maybe that process is going to take longer. And by trying to do it in 30 days, I'm sabotaging myself because I'm forcing myself to do it faster than it needs to be. Or maybe it could take only 1 week and I'm just wasting my time. So could we get to the point where we have a specific challenge, but it's not time bound? It's only like, I'm going to hit this goal as quickly as I can. It's like, how do you keep yourself motivated? I think maybe that's where the negative challenge comes in of like, okay, I need to keep running until I make this successful. So if I do it in a week, I keep running after a week.
How about a first client sprint? It's like, the goal is to get a high ticket client as soon as I possibly can. So I'm going to start going through all right, so what do I have to offer that's really high ticket? What do I need to say? Who do I need to start talking to? Start telling people that I have this offer, and just see like how many no's does it take to get to a yes? And then once I know that, then it's like, all right, so if I want to get another client like that, I got to go get about that many more no's to get to my next client. And how much of that process then, after you have some money, it's like, can I delegate off? It's like, how much of that actually requires me to be in that process? Or can I like copy some of the same posts or videos that I've done, have a VA go and do the same thing with the content or whatever?
That sounds like a really good strategy for you. For me, it sounds like a bad strategy because I don't want clients. I want
Hmm.
to create an automated business. I don't want to lock myself into, oh, I need to get clients and then I need to deliver whatever
Uh-huh.
service to them. So that doesn't really fit for my business model. So for me, I think it would be more like a number. So it's like, all right, I want to hit like 10,000 bucks as quickly as I can. And it's like, all right, let's set up the business to hit that milestone as rapidly as possible.
So I don't understand what in your mind you think an automated business is. Like when you say you don't want clients, what does that mean?
I mean, like, I don't want like coaching clients. I
So
don't want
what?
where I have to deliver something one-on-one after. Just like I'm
So
fine
if you're,
build something in order, like creating a course.
Mhm,
Like if to create the course, I need to do some one-on-one coaching with people, like, okay, that's okay, but that is not my end goal. I don't want to be stuck in that kind of business. It's like
mhm,
I'm willing to do some coaching if it gives me the research necessary to build a course so I can build a funnel and everything ends up being automated.
mhm,
Or with a newsletter, it's like, hey, I'm willing to do the work up front and send emails for a while until I can find someone to hand it off to, and then it becomes automated. Like I don't mind doing the work up front. I just don't want to lock myself into a place where it's like, I want more money, I need to charge more, or I need more clients. Like I don't want to be stuck on that treadmill.
mhm.
It's like if that is a stepping stone to get to the place where it's automated, okay, that's fine.
Mhm.
But I don't want to kind of like trap myself within that system, that way of doing business. Just because like I've tried the coaching thing, it's like it's not for me. Kind of like another strategy I was thinking of was the whole like build a funnel, and the product that I offer is building funnels for people. And it's like, yeah, okay, I get paid upfront to do that, but the real strategy is on the back end. They sign up to ClickFunnels, so I get recurring income. It's like, hey, if I do this for 200 people and they like stick with ClickFunnels with $100 a month account, that's like 8,000 bucks recurring per month with no work, plus all the like front end that I got paid to get them into the like the funnel.
Mhm. How many pages was your last book that you wrote in 30 days
I
or words?
I think it was around like 115,000 words, something like that. Like around 400, 450, like, pages for a novel.
Mhm.
Something probably. You seem to be thinking very hard.
Well, you're talking about building an automated business. So something like once you have the product, you can set up the funnel and just run traffic to it and it will just you don't have to touch it essentially.
I mean, I still am. I'm still going to like split test and tweak the funnel and try to perfect everything because
Oh,
like
sure. Uh-huh.
if I can double the amount of people who opt in, I double the amount of money that I'm making. But it's like I don't want to deliver the product on the back end
Mm-hmm.
consistent. I don't want to do that work.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like your principle of building assets. You're like everything that I do, I want to record so I have that as an asset. I want to
Mm-hmm.
do that for business. It's like I don't mind doing the work up front, but I don't want to get paid once to do something. I want to do something
Mm-hmm.
once and get paid endless amount of times.
Mm-hmm. So, hmm.
Because it's like going through all those trainings of those 30 like 2 comma club award winners and like 8-figure like earners and everything. It's like it shows me that the funnel is the answer. It's like, okay, it might take a while to figure out and perfect it to the point where it's generating a profit, but it's like once it's set up and you set it up properly, pretty much autopilot.
Right. So what would you think about this as a challenge? I'm meeting with Jessica tomorrow evening, and I can just confirm with her that this is still okay. But she has a course that she, like, I helped her kind of cut up into clips and stuff, and she's selling it as like a low ticket offer, as a like an entryway into her ecosystem.
Is it the one that was on sale for like $44 and the normal price is $107?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to like rework the funnel for that.
So what if you just kept working that? Like, what if you, like, she's gonna want it a certain way. Like, part of Jessica is like, she kind of wants it to represent her. I don't think she's quite connected the like, at least my impression of her is the way that she communicates, how she builds content and stuff. It's not lots of research driven. It's not like analysis of what her clients are saying. That's my impression. And like, I feel like if you just funnel hacked other people in her niche and said, all right, so what are the common things? What's the unique way that you can present what Jessica is doing in terms of her personality, and what's unique about that course? And just use all the stuff that's already working. Mirror and mimic as much of what's already happening in that market as possible. And like, just do your own version of the funnel and just keep working on it. And then it's like, if she's actively promoting her own version, and then as an affiliate, you basically are just whatever you figure out how to do. Because if you did, because I was thinking at first, it's like the amount that you can write, if you wrote like a series of like 200 500 word posts over the course of a month, that's a little bit less than what you wrote for your book. It's like, by the end of doing that, like, if you're doing it not just as every single one is off the top of your head, but if you're doing that in a structured way where you're like analyzing ads as you're doing it and modeling and copying, so you start to have some sort of way that you approach doing advertising, like, you're going to go from being like, I'm not 100% sure how to get traction on content, to like, if that's what you're testing and measuring for, just continually building content that you put out there to see what people respond to. It's like you would learn so much in that short amount of time. And copy is one of those things that drives action and buying. Anyway, so I was thinking, well, if instead of doing just offer posts or copywriting tests, like if you have a product that's already selling, that's already gotten some results, and you have the skeleton of the funnel, just tweak the crap out of that funnel a bunch of times and try what you think you should try. And then let's see, I'm trying to figure out, like, betcha if there's got to be a way to test driving traffic to it, like an organic way to get traffic on her page.
I like what you were saying, because that is something I've been thinking about. Like, even though the business of building funnels for people isn't necessarily something that I want to do long term, it could generate recurring income. And at the same time, it would teach me so much about building funnels. Because if I build 100 funnels for 100 different people, I'm really going to see what works and what doesn't. And it's like, even though that's not really the business I want to build, that would probably be a very, very valuable experience. And if I can get paid while I'm doing it, and yeah, that would probably be good. I just don't know if I want to do that, because I just love that, you know, that the concept of the guy of like, hey, approach companies and get them to donate something and do a giveaway and get a bunch of emails that way. It's like, that is such an easy strategy that I feel like I need to try that out. Because like, if that works, why would I go through the trouble of doing anything else?
Yeah. So, I mean, if that's the thing that's exciting, like, let's try that. What if you just like, all right, who are the kind of people that even if they said no, if they're like, I like you, like, I appreciate this email and the way you reached out, like, let's talk. Like, and you just handpick and select the people that's like, maybe I grow my list with them, maybe I don't, maybe all that comes out of this is like the potential for a friendship or networking opportunity. But like, you just go after the people that you're like, this would be a cool person to get connected to. And then just build a very, like what we were saying is like the hyper targeting, do a very personal, like, this is why I'm reaching out. This is why I picked you. If you'd be interested in doing this and growing your list, like, I'd love to talk.
I don't know. I like it and I don't like it at the same time. It makes a lot of sense. And we've been talking about the importance of networking for, I don't know, years now. But it seems like doing that would not be logical with this business strategy, because the business strategy is pick a niche, do the research, and pick whatever products are the best in there. Whereas if I hand select, then it's kind of like I'm changing the mathematical equation, and because of that, there's a chance to not work. And I don't want to anything. I'm like, I just want to try this out exactly the way that he did it, or as close to it as I can get, and just see what happens.
Well, I don't think that they're necessarily exclusive. I think as you're doing the research, like, it's like, pick a niche you want to be in. Don't pick something that's like, I know nothing about this, I could care less. It's like, and then as you're looking at products and you're looking at businesses, and be like, well, that guy's cool. It's like, seems like maybe they're doing a little less sales than the biggest guy, but like, this guy, I want to get to know him. It's like, if you start with that, if you start with the stuff that you want and the stuff you're excited about, like, that motivation gets you over the hump of just doing it. And then it's like, once you've done it a couple of times, you know, okay, it's really not, it's now I know what it is. It's not really that much work. So then it's like, if there is somebody who's like, that's the guy I probably should talk to, like, you know what to do to make that happen. Even if like the first guy you really wanted to connect with does never reach out, be like, all right, it only takes me 10 minutes to do this. I've already done the research. Let me get this out. That's really all I'm suggesting is like, go through the process, and just keep like chopping it up into like smaller bits of what do I need to do next, and like how can I do this in a way that I want to do it, I guess is really what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Um, I'm just wondering because his strategy is like, hey, go to the bookstore or Amazon or whatever and like buy all the magazines within your niche.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, I don't have a fixed location. Amazon doesn't ship here. So it's like, that's limited. So I'm like, should I just do something different and be like, all right, my niche is going to be, online marketing because
Mhm.
that's already what I'm in. That's already what I enjoy. And then just find people who have a bunch of courses and just promote like, hey, a 10 course bundle of like how to build your business online. And it's like, would that work? Or is it better with like physical products and actual bigger companies?
Mhm.
So it's like, I don't know. So it's like, I want to do it as close to what he did as possible. It's just, I'm somewhat limited given the current situation.
Let's see.
Like he went and bought magazines. I can't do that. He called the companies. I can't do that because most of them are in the US.
Mhm.
And it's a lot of the steps in that process require things that I can't really do right now.
Mhm.
So I'm just wondering, like, should I just try like my version of this to see if it works, or should I just be like, all right, let's focus on another business for now, and then further down the line, once I am capable of doing this, I can do it.
Mhm. You know what? I should do this. Like, I should do this like the version that I can do. It's like I probably can look through my friends list of people that I actually personally know in my network of people that have Facebook groups with 1,000 people or more, and do this process. Basically, like, everybody pool like what's a free resource that you have, or like a digital asset that you're willing to do as a giveaway. Um, and we'll do a pop-up group where everybody's going to get access to the group, and we'll do a squeeze page to get them into the group so everybody's growing their list. And then if we build in something, like if it's a giveaway, if it's a contest, like if we build in something where we make it sexy for people to invite their friends to sign up with them, like
Well, the
you
strategy for
leverage
that is
the
just
whole.
for every person you get to sign up, you get an extra entry.
Mhm.
So if you invite 10 people, you have 10 more chances of winning.
Yeah.
I feel like the strategy is very easy and not that much work to set up. So I feel like I might just try it, like the version that I can do,
Mhm.
like find people who are being like successful online and have
Mhm.
courses. And since it's a course, like it won't cost them anything to give one person a version of their course.
Right.
And if I get 5, 6 people to do that, I can bundle them together. It's like, hey, the
Mhm.
ultimate build your business online bundle or whatever. It's like
Mhm.
enter your chance to win. It's like
Yeah.
just very simple. So like I don't need to do really
Oh,
much,
dude,
but
you you know what you could totally do is use I mean, obviously, if people are actively participating and helping promote it to their list, that's going to leverage, like that's going to grow it. But you could also find affiliate products that are like because there I know of there's quite a few that I've seen just in the little barely that I know of affiliate stuff that's like either $1 or like free or something. It's like if you get somebody to sign up, it's like, you know, it's like 100% commission or like whatever, or 75% commission. It's like, it's not hardly anything, but you get reoccurring revenue commission if they sign up into the bigger thing. And so if you found other things like that that you could add to the bundle, like if it feels like it's missing something, that's like, it's still just the same thing, just like add a referral link, and that's how you you know, get people, like you can bundle in affiliate products as value adds to this.
I don't get it, because in order to get that affiliate product, they need to buy it. So it's not a giveaway.
Well, but a lot of times they'll, well, okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Affiliate products is definitely a strategy. It's like, that is, instead of a thank you page, you automatically redirect to an affiliate offer that would be a good fit for that audience. And that's how, like, directly on the back end of building the list, he was making like between 10 and 25 cents per person. And then there was the whole like t-shirt thing, which is where he made a crap ton of money. And then he's like, hey, I keep like finding affiliate offers and emailing them. I'm just wondering, like, how big I can go. Because like, should I just go with people who have like a small list, or should it just be like, all right, you know what, screw it, let's just approach like, you know, people like, I don't know, Ty Lopez as an example. I just think of him because his ad keeps like popping up on my feed all the time. It's like, I'm sure he has like a huge list.
Yeah. I wonder if you,
Ooh, I wonder if I went this way with like online courses that are worth more. So in general, each course is worth like $1,000. Instead of bundling them all together and I have 10, it's like, all right, this is worth like $10,000. Should I be like, hey, there's 10 prizes, you get like, you can win one of these 10 courses worth $1,000 each. So you have like 10 chances of winning instead of one. Would that be more attractive?
might. Or if you, depending on who you get, like you could break it up into different kinds of packages. So it's like, maybe one's like a launch your business prize, and one's like a scale your business prize. Or maybe one's like a done, like a what do you call it? Like info products, and one's like done for you service, or, you know, I don't know.
Yeah. Like,
If you figure out a way to like segment the list as it's coming in to make the back end upsells or like follow-ups more effective. I mean, because what I was thinking is like, let's say you get 10 people to participate. If each one of them has a personal call to like, hey, we're doing this giveaway. I've got 10 freaking awesome coaches who all put in some awesome stuff. Like we'd love to give away some massive prizes. All you have to do is put in your email here. And for every, email that you, or for every friend that you invite, give them your email to make sure they put it in when they sign up so that you get credit for it. When they sign up, they can, like, if you have 2 or 3 big buckets of like, do you need help with marketing, with lead gen, or with like business strategy? So then you kind of know what they're signing up for, or like why they're there, or like who signed you up, like which coach, and then you redirect them to, because like if somebody signs up like with Tai Lopez and they know his face, the strongest offer is probably going to be his follow-up offer. It's like, hey, super glad you entered contest. By the way, like, here's a really easy way to work with me. If you're looking to get more clients, like book a call with our team. Like his follow-up would be a lot stronger than some other coach that they don't know. So if you had a way to route people to follow up things.
I just feel like that ends up complicating things.
Yeah,
So
probably.
instead, the giveaway itself is targeted of like, this is like a launch your online business giveaway, and all the courses are focused on that. Then automatically you know that everyone who signs up is interested in that. Because I feel like if you go with segment and it's like, hey, on the downside and like on the back end, if you want to send 1 or 2 or 3 emails per day and you have like 3 or 4 different segments, it's like, I don't want to send 12 emails per day. I feel like the best strategy is just try it and see what happens.
Yeah. Well, okay. What would be worth it to you? Like, what would you sign up for in a contest?
I mean, it's free shit. Most people sign up for it, even if they're only somewhat interested.
I don't. But I don't know if I'm like somebody who counts. I feel like is the problem that we try to think of our audience as kind of like ourself. So we end up trying to sell to other entrepreneurs and startup mindset types instead of like consumers. Because I think about all the stuff that I like and the stuff that I dislike. I'm like, I am not the typical consumer. Like the stuff that people enjoy is like I don't like, and the things that I do like, almost nobody does. So maybe this is why we get stuck so much, is we have this like skewed lens of reality that we're trying to look through a window that looks more like us than the rest of the buying market. Maybe that's why like really simple and stupid marketing stuff works so well, because most people just need it like spoon fed to them.
Yeah, I feel like yes and no, because I feel like we instinctively do what we enjoy because that's what we know best. So it's easy for us to create it because we already know it. We're already passionate about that. Whereas if it's something different, let's say like the health niche, health and fitness, the biggest niche there is out there. Yet I'm not really passionate about it. So I've never gone into that, even though it's way bigger. People are way more like hungry and rabid, and it's like they'll just buy, like if someone's overweight and they want to lose weight, like they'll pay pretty much any amount if you convince them whatever you're selling will help them with that. It's like, yeah, money and entrepreneurship is the same, but it's like it's different. I feel like there's just like the health niche and fitness niche is just like easier to get into. But I don't know it that well. So I'm like, I don't know if I should go into that. Mike is doing some cool things.
Yeah. So
I don't know if you're talking, but if so, I can't hear you.
that's weird. I wonder why it didn't work.
I don't know. All I heard was so, and then it pretty much cut out. So
Huh.
I didn't hear
Let's
anything
see.
else said.
Is that any better?
Oh yeah, it's just when you were further away, I couldn't hear it.
Weird. Interesting. When I changed the mic to my podcast mic, your voice sounds a lot more clear, which is weird. When I changed the mic to my Bluetooth mic, all of a sudden I can hear background noise in your microphone, which is strange. That shouldn't make any difference whatsoever in your audio quality.
I don't know. Mystery of life. Yeah, I just wonder, like, what is the smart thing? Is it smart to target or like pick a niche that we're interested in just because we know it very well? Or does it make more sense to go after a niche that we know is more profitable, even though we don't know it well and we're not passionate about it?
Hmm. OMG.
Oh, my gummies.
Okay. I have a thought for the fitness niche. I don't know. I don't know whether or not this would actually sell people. But the thought is, what if what you and I did to get me into running, which is like, don't talk about running. And like our conversations were about whatever the crap stuff that we actually like. And so we're just talking. So I just happen to be in a period and a space in my life where whenever we would talk, I would go for a walk. And so just walked long enough to get to the point where it's like, I'm doing this already. I'm already in motion. I'm already like this close to running. It's like I can run down a hill for 10 seconds because I'm already out on the walk. So what if, man, I'm just thinking like, I'm thinking about what I want. I don't know if the market actually wants this, but like, I wonder if I could create a walking club that listens to audiobooks and then has like a once a week call where like they talk about the book. And so
In book
What?
Like a walking book club?
Mhm. So it's like for people who hate fitness.
Dude, the Walking Red.
That's great. I like that.
Uh,
Um, yeah.
but I mean, do you want to do that just for fun, or do you want to do that as a business?
Um, I want to do it as an experiment. I mean, as a business, yeah. I mean, like even if it's like even if it like barely makes any money or if it's free, like if I can just mobilize people and gather a community around something. I mean, I know I can. Um,
I think I
hmm,
can. I can. I think I know I can.
I wonder, I wonder.
Okay, I just want to put that out there. I don't know about you, but for me, I'm in the mindset of I don't want to do anything unless it's setting up a business or generating income.
Mhm,
So if you're okay with doing something just for the fun of it, then cool, you should do it. But I just
mhm.
want to know like what's your mindset?
Well, for me, like the the end goal is build a community uh fan base around something that we can make a make a show around. In my head, why am I getting all these spam calls?
In my head, walking red. Sorry. I'm having fun. But I'm just wondering, because like that is your end goal, but right now your more immediate goal, is it to make money or is it to start building that up? Because even if that is your end goal, but right now you need money, it's like you're wasting your time by focusing on the end goal.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. I mean, it does just need to be about making money right now. So, okay, 10
It's like,
clients,
yeah,
10 clients at 1,200 bucks is
well,
10 is like 12K. Yeah. So
but why 1,200 bucks?
I don't know.
Okay.
That's what's sitting in front of me. I saw it and so I said it.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, if you charge $1,000 for something, okay, let's think about this. I have I have an engagement masterclass that's already recorded. What else would I need to do to make it valuable enough to charge $1,000 for it?
We're talking about that $200 course you were talking about, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Um,
I mean, if I just broke it up into smaller chunks, like smaller, more actionable chunks, and made it into a course, I mean,
what
could
if
be a
you broke
12.
it into multiple courses? So it's like, can you break it down and flesh each part out into its own course? And you're like, you could begin like, hey, promoting the first part, and
Mhm.
then the upsell is the second follow-up part. So it's like it's a different
So it's like a 300
course.
dollar course, $600 course, $900 course.
Yeah, so you could be like, I mean, I don't know, like let's say the upfront offer is like you're saying, like 297, and then it's like, hey, there's this one-time upsell where you can get this other course that continues what you'll learn in this course, and it's going to be bundled together and really maximize your growth and like overall. It's normally 500, but you can get both of or 600, and then you can have a third course like upsell of like, hey, this is normally also 500, but you can get all three courses for 997 or whatever.
Uh-huh.
So it's like it's still the same thing. You just kind of fleshed it out and broke it up so that it seems more valuable than it not than it, but just like the
Oh, so you're offering it as like three separate courses and the bundle is what you want to make essentially.
yeah. So it's kind of like instead of starting with your course and you're like, what could I add onto it to make it more valuable? More, it's like, all right, let's take this and break it up, sell the first one, but the others are so integral and so linked to it that when you offer the upsell, a lot of people are going to buy in because it's like, well, it's part of the package. Like it's going to allow me to get results that I really want.
Dang, dude, you're such a genius. Okay, so what I need to do is if you buy them all separately, it's like a high ticket price. It's like $6,000 or something. And then you bundle them as like if you buy this during this promotional period, you also get this and this. That like the full value of this is like such and such and such. But you can get all of them like at a thing. Or I don't know if there's like too much overwhelm of like here's three courses at this price. Or if it's like I don't care. It's like I don't care if they finish it because people just want the information and they don't really know if they really want to finish it or not.
But instead of separating into like three courses, as an example, can you structure it in such a way that it's an upsell to the course? So it's like, this is the base course, but if you want to take things to the next level, you can tack this on and it's going to like triple the value of the pre-existing course that you already purchased. So it's not like a separate thing that's like, oh, well, it's more like it's going to take what I already purchased and put it like on steroids. Or, you know, if it's not that good, put it on hemorrhoids.
Okay, so let me think. The course is, I wonder if I should do this on the board. I should just to get my like it'll help me.
Because you could have like three levels. You could have the basic course where it's just the course, they do it themselves. And then you have the do it with you version where it's like maybe group coaching or something like that, where it's like, hey, I'll show you and you can ask me questions. And then the final upsell is like done for you, where it's like, hey, just hire me and I'll do 90% of the work. And it could be like upfront is like $297, and then the done with you is like $997, and the done for you is like, I don't know, $2,997 or whatever, like whatever makes sense. But it's like you're selling the same thing, just three different levels.
Yeah, that's very, very smart. Okay.
Because I feel like that's the thing, like myself in the past, I did that. Like when I created the course, it's like, okay, I created the course, what bonus value can I give? But it's like, I already created the course is already complete. So whatever I add on is just like inflated value. Like it's not really valuable. So I feel like starting off, this is the end result that I want. How can I break it down so that people can level up to that point? So I think what we're doing is we're building your first funnel.
Yeah. Okay, so
All right, a question for you. If we do this and we build it up, would you want to build it in system.io or do you want to go through like ClickFunnels? Because like if you want to go through ClickFunnels, I'm more than happy to like do a lot of the work. It's going to help me practice
Mhm.
setting up and everything. It's just I don't know if you want to run things on ClickFunnels or not.
yeah, I mean, let's see,
Actually,
we
I don't,
can get we can get a trial of ClickFunnels, right?
yeah, 14 days. I'm just wondering, like, could we set it up and just like set it up in my ClickFunnels account? But I'm just wondering, like, for the payments, how would that work? Can I set up payments so you get paid even though it's in my ClickFunnels account? Because I think you like just use Stripe and connect it, and that's how you get paid. But can I use like
Mhm.
Stripe, like my Stripe account for one funnel and your Stripe account for another one? Or is it like one Stripe account for each ClickFunnels account?
Mm, I imagine you can probably attach uh, more accounts to stuff, but
Because
I
I
mean,
feel like if you don't want to pay for ClickFunnels right now and you just want to build this up, and it's like we can build it up in mine,
mhm.
set everything up and like test it. And it's like if it gets to the point where it's generating income, you're like, okay, I want like my own account and everything. We can literally just, copy the funnel and you upload it to your ClickFunnels account, and it's literally just like tweak a few things and you're done.
Okay, what do you think about this idea as a uh, this would be an interesting idea. What if you own the funnel and you are basically licensing it to, so think of it as like you built the funnel for somebody and it's like your intellectual property. It's like you copyright the work that you did. And then you just build in an affiliate program for the owner. And it's like, all right, you're going to get 80% of anything that I built. So I'm going to continue making it make more and more and more money if I feel like it. It's like I'm bored one day, let me go tinker around and do some stuff. I can give myself a raise anytime I want. And you don't have to do any management. So it's like if you find the right people who are like, that guy could be making a lot of money if he had a funnel. And then, so what I'm saying is like, if you did all the work and you did it on your account, it's like, instead of being like, how do we figure out how to switch it over? Like, just make me your affiliate. And then you just keep the work that you did. Unless we decide, it's cleaner to just whatever.
I don't know, like there are certain advantages to both because then I'm making a percentage of the profit. So it's like if their business takes off and they're making $1 million and it's like
Mhm.
10% of that, well, I'm making $100,000.
Yeah. You're
Downside,
basically controlling, you get equity in their business. And if you did it as like a low cost setup fee, it's like literally what's the amount of time that you need to get paid for? And then the actual value is you're just basically betting on that guy looks like they're going somewhere. I want to work with him. And then you're basically just putting time equity into investing into people. And the 2 or 3 out of the, dozens of people you work with, somebody might become pretty wealthy and find a way, like, I don't know, just a
yeah, and the
thought.
beauty is like if it's their Stripe account, they're the ones who get paid. But if it's in my ClickFunnels account, I see the
Mhm.
stat. So I know how much they're making. So
Yeah.
they can't like, oh, I didn't make anything this month. Is like, no, I saw exactly how much you made.
Mhm. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking about the exact same thing for my thing. It's like, okay, so the done for you service could be like, I'll launch your group. I'm gonna do all of this, all of the things to get you launched. And then I'll run it, have a team that runs it. And basically I'm paying myself off of the funnel that is created from this group is how I pay myself. I mean, it's the same thing as like the Alex Hormones. It's like it's a performance-based acquisition model. And so if you did, so you would need a simple way to figure out what is their offer, and then the community that you're running. It's like you own that basically. And then and then if I'm doing this for people, it's like there are some people who want to just do it themselves, do it cheaply, but they'll like follow my model, and I'm like, add me as an admin and I'll come and occasionally support your, like, if you need me to tinker, do some troubleshooting, like our team can do that. But then all the ones that I just like completely running, all of these groups that I'll have access to, you can do exactly what you're talking about. It's like, okay, time for cross promotion. We're going to do a giveaway, and all of these groups are going to have the same promotion running in all of them. And so everybody is inviting people to this contest thing. It's like you can use very similar processes to like leverage all of the groups. All right, so let's see. The engagement class, which is literally just, I'm going to see if I can break this into like actual products. Engagement.
Like this would be more work on my end, but what if I took the giveaway model and instead of getting like each person who participates to donate like a course or product or whatever, it's like the giveaway is I'm going to build an entire funnel for whoever wins. All you need to do is just email your list about it and get a copy of everyone who enters. So it's like they don't even need to provide anything. But I don't know if that would be more or less attractive, because to them it's like it's a digital product. They're not losing anything. It's not costing them anything. So it's not really that much. And it seems like the perceived value of a course is more than a funnel. It's like people who are in the industry deep enough to know how valuable a funnel can be. Usually, like, I don't know, I feel like if you're that successful, you're like, I don't care. I don't need to enter a giveaway to get a funnel. Like I can just do it myself or pay someone to do it.
I think there's quite a few people who like they know the value of a funnel, but they hate the technology. And it's something like they're getting organic like business, but they haven't systemized their business. And I think there would be people on other people's lists that like, if you said, here's this guy, he's offering to build you a killer funnel for your business so that you can start getting the business that you're getting by hand, like start to make more of that systemized.
Okay, the strategy for this would be, it's more work on my part, but everyone who enters on the back end, like not on the back end of not on the thank you page, but I mean on the back end, like once they sign up and like I have access to their email and I start emailing them, that is the back end offer. Like, hey, I'm sorry you didn't win, but if you want to hire me to build your funnel, here's the offer. So it's like if I go with that strategy of build funnels and I build like recurring income on the back end, so that if ever one day I'm like, I don't want to build funnels anymore, I can just stop and I still make money. That would be a very good way to plug that business, because everyone who signed up is interested in having a funnel. Whether they win or not, they still want a funnel. It's like a lot of people won't necessarily be able to afford it, but like some people will. It's like if I decide to go with that strategy, like that's going to be my business. I'm going to build funnels for people and either host them in my account and just like make affiliate commission off all their sales, or just get them to get their own ClickBank account or ClickFunnels account, and then I just make like $40 for every person every single month, like whichever one I go with. I'm still setting up recurring income in the future while in the present learning like what makes a good funnel and what doesn't make a good funnel.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be a
Holy
very
crap.
yeah.
Okay, so this strategy is such a good strategy. There's a couple of girls that I just heard about recently, but like several of my friends invited me to this thing. But basically, they did this exact thing. They launched a group the same way that you're talking about. So instead of offering a free product, what they did is they hosted a summit called Coach Fest 2022. So they got like 50 coaches to do a presentation. So that's the freebie. It's like people are getting on this platform to sell basically their program, but the whole entire thing is free. And obviously you can buy into the VIP. It's like you get access to all the recordings and blah, 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 blah. But this, because it's got like something for everybody, there's a lot of incentive for people to sign up, and they're getting all of the people involved to invite their friends. So they're growing the list based on, oh, I know that person will come because I know them. So they launched this group, and it has like just over 3,000 members in just like a few weeks, like 3-4 weeks, I think, by leveraging this exact strategy. It's like you get enough people who are inviting, you show them how to invite, and even if they don't have, because this, I think they targeted some people who had modest size audiences, but now they've just gotten their audience size to basically 3,000 brand new people. And it's a little bit different than but dang, this is a great launch strategy. And for a community,
That feels like a good strategy for you because you like community.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at like how would I do this differently, because the one struggle that I've got with this is like
how to do it differently. Screw it up.
there's a huge information overwhelm right now, because it's just gobs and gobs of presentations happening one after the other. There's still a decent amount of engagement. Like Haley's presentation that she did, Haley's one of the ones that I know. She got like 345 comments on her presentation. Let's see here. Oops. Dang, this group is gonna be like a gold mine for market research. So engaged. All right. Bookmark for later.
I mean, this is pretty much the exact same strategy that the Get Ahead Challenge used.
So if we can get good at this one thing, like build and launch a list from scratch by just leveraging other people who want the same thing, and you just get enough people in the room who are helping do this. Okay. I think I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this as an offer. All right, let me finish this thing that I was trying to. Okay, so I've got this engagement class. Master class is gonna be like $297. And that's just, you do it yourself, which is like, once that's, I'm just gonna give them the video, but like, once that's built out, that could have like a Google form or like a questionnaire to help you build out your content. Some sort of PDF resource or something, I don't know. But yeah, that's just like a standalone thing. So then if I was going to do this as a done with you, like in a group coaching thing, so it would be you get access to a group. It would be I think we would have like a guided like the challenge thing seems to be like a really good way. I've been looking at this, like it seems outplayed, but I've realized that the challenge is such a good filtering mechanism for people who are looking to take action, especially if it's a shorter period of time. Like it's hard to sustain a challenge past a week, but if it's like, 5-day challenge, 1 week challenge or something, like I've seen 2-week challenges that do okay, but it's like anything in that short time span.
But
And so
does it really though? Because ClickFunnels has, I think, 2 30-day challenges.
that's true. You could do it as a month-long challenge. I mean, and if it's like launch your group, like launch your group in a month. Group launch challenge. I can always put it out there and see people challenge it. Group launch challenge. Guided. Blueprint.
It's occurring to me that we may have skipped a few steps.
All right, yeah, talk to me.
What is your audience? Are you clear on who you're targeting?
Oh, okay, I texted her and told her I'd be here. I'll let her know.
I'm
Thank
targeting,
you.
yeah, that's a really good question.
Because I just feel that like trying to build out the funnel, even though we follow the perfect structure, if you're not targeting the right people and you're not very clear on what they want help with, you're doing all this work for nothing.
Yeah, I think it needs to be coaches making like 5 to 10K a month consistently who are ready to scale, like have a little bit more of a dependable system to bring in clients and not have to rely solely on organic traffic. It's like, I would like to be able to take a week off of my business or a month off of my business.
So what you're saying is you want to target coaches like Jessica. The
Yes.
business is set up, they're already making money, but they still do all the work themselves.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, okay, so you're a solopreneur who is self-employed. Let's get you to be a solopreneur business owner. And then at some point, maybe running a business where you're managing people is down the line. Like you still want to be solopreneur, just deal with yourself, but let's start creating a system where you can do less work and still only be the only person in your business.
All right, so is the problem you're trying to solve for them the problem that you think they need, or is it the problem that they have said that they need?
That is yeah. Felix says this. Cody says this. Jessica doesn't say this, but she's just like, she enjoys working really hard. I mean, I think from maybe like a slightly unhealthy place, but like she's not at the point where she's like driven to solve this problem.
Mhm.
But I can see her burning out in another year or two. I do think because she does a lot of internal work, like that's a part of her modality in her business. Like she stays a step ahead of like she can grow past like the overwhelm. She kind of like has her own self-soothing mechanism. So she may not ever need, she may just enjoy like the process of being engaged with her business and doing it herself. I don't know.
I
But for
mean,
people like Cody, for people like Felix, people who are like, yeah, I want to scale. I want more, like I need to be doing less, because there are people who are swamped and they know they could make more, but they just haven't made that a priority. They haven't taken more things off their, because Felix was on a call Sunday. He's like, man, I have to build so much stuff this week. I'm not gonna have any time to promote this launch. You guys are gonna have to take some of that, because all I have to do, like, just in order to fulfill, I'm gonna have to build. And he's like, he's always talking about how he's tired. He's always like, there's definitely people who have this problem. I want to figure out, like, is this what they want to solve it? Like, if I could talk to some of those people. I mean, Felix on some level is wanting this, because he sat down with me. He's like, hey, will you help me with my thing? Here's all the stuff that I want.
and I'm just like, maybe that is what they need, and maybe that's what you need to deliver. But how would they say it? Would they say like, "Oh, I need this specific thing," or would it be like, "I need more free time. I need like more money." Like, what? How would they say that?
Mhm. I would say they describe themselves as like busy or hardworking. Like they're not afraid of work, but then they're also like, there's those periods of like, man, I just have a lot of things going on.
So I'm curious, what exactly does your course or training deliver?
So the class that I sold is an engagement class, it's showing you how to build out a prompt content calendar that will get your particular audience more engaged. So the two people who took it, they have Facebook groups, but the people are not really interacting. They're not really doing much. The other guy that I have in mind that he said a lot of these things, like, I just got a lot of things going on right now. It's like, I'm just, staying busy. Yeah, that's another thing he would say, staying busy. And like, he has a group of 1,000, I think like 1,200 people in his group. He posts content in there every day, but his offer that he has pinned in his group is an old offer, and he gets maybe 2-3 likes on his posts. Like, nobody comments. So he's like dominating, like he's the only one in the feed. Nobody else is generating any content. People are not actually interacting with each other. Now, he might be getting clients from that group, but it's not visible, and there's no promotion of like, hey, I'm excited to have such and such, guy join our content program. Like, there isn't any like roadmap or path where people can look at the results that this group is helping people get.
All right, so it sounds to me like your offer is, let me show you how to bring your Facebook group back to life.
Mhm.
That's the value that I think you're offering, from what I understood.
De-zombify your group.
Or actually, no, if they're dead and you bring them back to life, you zombify their group.
That's true. Oh, the zombie group method.
The wealthy zombie.
Zombie groups. I mean, that sounds a lot more interesting than like 90% of
Zombie cash.
the groups. I mean, the marketing stuff.
But are you only helping people whose groups aren't really interacting, or are you also helping people build their group if they just have a small group and they want to build it up?
Yeah, no, the pillars of what I'm helping people with is like, you want to grow your group. I mean, it's great if your group is growing, but like, if people aren't engaged, like, what is the point? If you're there to build community, so it helped them get engagement, and then it doesn't matter if people are engaging, but if you're there to build a business, you need them to convert. So they need to get clients from your group too. So I'll help them grow.
Multiple things. So you're offering to grow it, to boost engagement, to bring it back to life if it's dead, and to convert them. So it's like their audience becomes profitable.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that I see.
So you're helping them turbocharge their group, whether that means growing it, whether that means making it more engaging, whether that means bringing it back to life. It seems like that is the basic offer that encompasses most of what you're offering.
Mm. Turbocharged groups.
Yeah, because like if you have one simple way of explaining what you do, and then you're
Mhm.
like, these are the four pillars. Like pillar number one is growing the group. Pillar number two is increasing engagement. Pillar number three is bringing the dead members back to life. And pillar number four is, wait, what was the other thing? Oh yeah, monetizing them. It's like you're basically building your own like, you know, methodology of like, this is the framework that I use.
Mhm. Yeah, I like that. Turbocharged groups.
I mean, I'm just using that like the general descriptors. Like you can
Mhm.
describe it
Right.
however,
It can
but it's
be.
basic principle.
Administrative services.
And I think the beauty of that is you can help people who just have small groups who want to grow, people who have groups that aren't interacting, who want to get more engagement, people who just want to make more money from their group. Like you're not restricted to one specific thing.
Mhm.
So like the question is like, hey, do you want to make more money from your Facebook group? And it's like, these are the four ways that I help you do that.
Yeah.
And that could be like your lead-in offer, like your free content of like, hey, watch this like training where I break down the four things you need to do in order to monetize your group
Mhm.
or to turbocharge your group, whatever word you use. And then you like break it down in the short training of like, hey, pillar number one is this, pillar number two is this, pillar number 3 and 4.
Mhm.
And then like on the back end, it's like, hey, this is the course that I created showing you exactly how to do that. And then you could have the upsell on the back end of, hey, if you don't want to do it yourself, I have two options. You can either like do it, we can do it together like in a group setting, or if you want, I can do it for you and you just hire me. Or if you don't want to do the group setting, you just have the upsell of like, hey, hire me and I'll do it for you.
Mhm. Yeah, so that could easily be like a 10K offer to launch your group, and then do like a 20K offer or like a reoccurring revenue where it's like, okay, it's like $7,000 setup fee and then like a monthly reoccurring revenue to manage it.
What, yeah, what you could do if you want is structure it kind of like that. So it's like the free content where you share the principles of like, these are the four pillars you need to master in order to monetize your list. And then the back end is, here's the course I created walking you through exactly how to do that. And then the upsell is, if you don't want to do it yourself, you can hire me to do it for you, book your appointment here. And if you choose to upgrade, that $300 you spent on the course will be deducted from the price of when you hire me. And then you just get them on a call. So you don't like need to try to pitch them like a $10,000 offer. Like you can just book the call of like, hey, if you're serious and you want to do this quickly and effectively and you have the means to do it, then book an appointment. If you want, you can have them fill out like a Google form or whatever of like, hey, how much is your budget? How much can you spend? What are you trying to accomplish? Like, what are your goals number wise and stuff like that? And then once you're on the call, you can kind of like hand tailor the package of like, all right, well, you're just trying to grow your group to this amount. That's like $3,000 and it's going to take a month. Or it's like, okay, you really want to maximize everything. It's like, it's a $10,000 package and it takes 6 months. And I think like by having that structure, you have more flexibility.
Mhm.
Not trying to sell a huge package on the back end. And you have the option to sell like smaller packages. They're just looking for something simpler.
Mhm.
Then you can even include that offer like within the course. It's like at the end of the course, it's like, okay, you went through the course. If you really want to get results quickly, you can hire me. Or I mean, I'm saying 297, it can be like a more expensive course if you want to, or less expensive, depending. I just feel like this structure would work well for what you're trying to accomplish.
Mhm.
It's funny because I'm realizing that as we're doing this process, like it's proving to me that I could charge to build funnels for people because like I know what questions to ask to get to the point where this is your offer. This is the best funnel structure for this offer,
Mhm.
and just like build it up on the back end. It's like in the beginning, I can charge like $1,000 and then like 2,500 and then 5,000. It's like easily charge $10,000 for this once I've done it like a dozen times just to know like, hey, I know how to build this. People are getting results. I have testimonials. I can easily charge like high end for this.
Mhm.
It's like if I get to the point where I charge $10,000 per funnel and on the back end, even if I'm just making $40 per month per person who signs up,
Mhm.
like, hey, I'm making $10,000 up front.
Okay, so what if you went luxury?
How so?
What if you charged people to do what you're doing right now? It's like, this is all you're doing. It's like, I don't want to do any work. It's like, I'll tell you exactly the kind of funnel you need. I'll point you to the resources where you can have somebody build it for you. Or if you want to do it yourself, like I'll walk you through, this is what I think your funnel should be. Here's some of the language, like that's how you should do it. And then here's some great, like, here's a affiliate link for ClickFunnels. If you want to do it dirt cheap, like here's a free funnel builder. So like you have your affiliate stack that's like resources that help them, but if they use or pay for any of it, it's like you get a little bit of a commission. But you're literally just charging for your time to get on the phone and walk them through what you know. And then if they want you to build it, you can have like a level where you literally don't touch it. You just outsource it to a funnel builder. Like find somebody who can whip them together really quick. And maybe you do it one time where you're involved and it's like, all right, I'm gonna create like headline, VSL, like whatever like stuff that you want to do, and then just like literally have that be the outline that somebody else follows. And outsource it. And then if it's like, I want you personally to sit down with me and like work out this stuff, it's like, like a $20,000, $50,000 offer or something.
Like that does make sense. But if I do this, the reason why I would do this business is because it's going to teach me how to build funnels and what exactly converts. It's like, I don't mind
Do
doing the
you-
work. In fact, I
do you
want
want-
the work because then it's going to teach me how to build really good funnel.
Is that something you want to do though? I mean, if you're getting paid to just talk to people and advise them, it's like you don't have to do any of the work. If they paid you for a funnel, you could give it to somebody else. And then it's like anything that you need to know or do, it's like you could hire out.
I could, but the reason why I would do this business is so I can learn how to build like really good converting funnels.
Mhm.
I want
I
to,
feel, yeah.
the reason why I do this is so I can get paid to master this skill. Like that is the only strategy behind this business. And it's going to generate like recurring income in the long run. So it's like I would never even consider this if not for the fact that it would allow me to learn how to build really effective funnels.
So just out of curiosity, why are you interested in learning funnels?
Because
Just
can-
something interesting.
I mean, it's interesting, it's a challenge, and also like, I don't know, I've always had an interest for that. Like, I don't necessarily enjoy it, but I enjoy the challenge of like, all right, I did this, I built this. And once I get to the point where it's like, I'm making money from this, it's like, okay, this is because, I mean, also like it's such an important skill to have in business because once I know how to build effective funnels, I can pretty much build any business I want whenever I want and be like, you know what, I want to launch this business. So I just build a funnel, tweak it for a bit until it's good, and then it just runs itself. So it's a very good way to build and automate businesses.
Okay, so
'Cause, like,
so
if
the
I just-
goal is in the bigger scheme of things, like to be able to have something that you can automate and
yeah, that everything that I do is leading to that point. It's like if I just wanted to, but I also want to learn that skill. Like learning that skill is going to be very valuable for me in the future. And it's like, because if I just wanted the recurring income without learning that skill, I could just do the strategy that another guy did. And he's like either number one or at least one of the top affiliates for ClickFunnels. And he just goes and finds offers like that, like ClickFunnels and things like that, and then creates a course teaching you how to use that and gives that away for free. And on the back end, they sign up using his affiliate link, and that's how he makes money. So it's like he creates, as an example, like one course on how to build funnels, and then it's free, gives it away. And then on the back end, people go through the course, and when they want to build it, they need to ClickFunnels. So they use his affiliate account and he makes recurring income. And then he does the same with like GetResponse or a bunch of software services that just pay recurring monthly revenue. That's how he built his entire business. Which is good, but it's like, I want to learn the skill of building funnels. I want to master that. It's like, hey, if I can get paid for that, that's perfect. It's like, I forget if it was the same guy or a different guy, but like one of the guys in the 30 like day thingy where he had a funnel that made $1 million, like he used to work for ClickFunnels and he built over 500 funnels. And it's like, that's why he's super good at funnels.
Gotcha.
Because it's like, if you do it for yourself, it's like, yeah, okay, you can build one successful funnel, but that doesn't mean you understand how to build funnels. It just means you did it once. It's like, maybe I'm just going to do this like 5-10 times. And then I'm like, yeah, okay, I learned what I needed to learn. And it's good. I can just set up my funnel and move on. Ooh, that looks good. I don't know what it is, but it looks good.
Beans and rice. Bean and rice taco. Stuffed lettuce,
That looks
tomatoes,
good
and
and
sour
sounds.
cream. Does taste pretty good.
With sour cream and salsa.
No salsa that I see.
Because that's the best. The combo of like
Mhm.
sour cream and salsa. It's just like such a good combo. Mm. Great, now I want some.
Oops.
All right, so do you want this to be your business? The kind of like course and structure that we quickly outlined before, like, is that what you want to do, or is it just like a fun exercise?
No, this is definitely what I'm working towards. Seems to be what the market is validating. And if I'm aggressive about stripping away stuff, it's like things they don't need to do or shouldn't be doing. I think the answer is yes, I do want to.
All right, so should we build you the funnel?
Yeah, let's do it.
So do you want to build it like yourself in systems.io, or do you want like me to set up? Like, if you want me to set up, we need to make sure first that we can use like different Stripe accounts within
Mhm.
ClickFunnels, because otherwise this is pointless.
Yeah. Well, even if we can't, like if it just ends up being like your funnel, like we can build it and test it, and then like once you have it built, I can literally just copy what's there and rebuild it in System.io. And unless, I mean, if it's working, I mean, why wouldn't I pay for a ClickFunnels account?
Yeah, because I feel,
So-
I mean, I don't know. I've only seen systems.io from the inside a bit when I was reworking the funnel with Jessica, but it seems a little more limited than ClickFunnels.
Yeah, it's definitely very purpose built if you want to do just like simple email marketing. It's not really that robust. It doesn't have a real CRM or anything. It's just a simple funnel builder that allows you to do some follow up, create affiliate programs. But beyond that, it's like it's not that sophisticated. I mean, one dude built it, and it's good for what it is. But there's a reason that he charges so little for it. Like, it doesn't have the same robustness, doesn't have the same community around it that ClickFunnels does.
All right, so I guess we can build it in ClickFunnels, and even if we can't like have a different Stripe account, I can just use mine. It's like once we start generating income, it's like I just, transfer you the money, and then we can just literally transfer the funnel over to your account. However, in order to really test this, what is your strategy to drive traffic to the funnel?
So what you were saying about having like a free training, kind of outlining the pillars of stuff, that's literally the class that Brian taught and that he's paying me to build out and teach in an ongoing process. So he's actually going to drive people to that group. He's going to market it and get people in that group. And then that's sort of the leaping off point where he said, like, you're going to be teaching this, people are going to get to know you. You can use this as a way to like upsell your own offers off of this.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
So yeah, I mean, it's great for him because he basically spent 2 hours just talking. And then he's having me do all the work to like build it out into an actual class and a course. And then what he's really good at is promotion, like the marketing and driving stuff, but he doesn't want to do any of the fulfillment. So he's willing to drive the traffic and get him into the group. And that's, that's sales for him for something that he spent, an afternoon doing. And then he'll make money off of that. And then anything I promote off of that can literally the offer pinned in that group could be to the funnel.
All right, sounds good. So, I mean, do you want to think about it and figure things out, or are you like, all right, let's do this?
I'm in.
Okay. So we're following that structure, the like free training, and then on the back end of the free training, it's going to be that course that you're promoting.
I think I would probably yeah, I think so, because I actually have some videos already we could use to like test and try out, like even just as a placeholder. So stuff that's like free training that's kind of basically a teaser, like an ad for that program. And then if basically just model that for whatever stuff we're gonna do. So I'm trying to, okay, so let me think.
I think like if you just use the rig, like in order to promote this, it's like discover the 4 secrets to turbocharge your Facebook group and explode your profits or something like that. Don't say anything. It's like, then they go up and it's like, okay, free training.
Yeah, and I literally have like a 10-minute video on that. It's like, here's the four keys that you need to build a free group that gets clients.
Yeah, so are you interested in building a list at the same time or not?
Yeah, I think that's useful. I do.
So your goal is to get their email address. In that case, I would suggest like in the Facebook group, just kind of like tease whatever the offer is, which is like going to draw their attention. Is mention that it's like, hey, in this free training, you're going to learn the like 4 secrets to whatever. And then the page is an opt-in page of like, you won't believe these 4 like incredible secrets to explode your profits and your list or whatever that is. Like, and it's like enter your email below to access the free training. And then that sends them to the free training page. And at the same time, like it adds their email to your email list where you can keep promoting that free training or the course directly if you want to. And then I think like on the same page as the free training. So maybe like set it up so it automatically like unlocks at the end of the video. And at the end of the video, you're like, hey, a button is going to appear down below. Just click on that button. You kind of like sell it at the end of the video. Like, hey, teaching you in detail, breaking everything down, walking you step by step how you can do this yourself. Just click the button down below to get more information. And then they click that and that redirects them to the sales page where it's just selling the product, the course, and like
Mhm.
all the bonuses that come with it and everything. And then once they purchase it, there's going to be that one-time upsell of, hey, if you want me to do everything for you and you want to turbocharge your results and get it way
Mhm.
faster, you
Mhm.
can just book schedule a call with me. And if you choose to opt in, we're going to deduct the price of the course from the cost that you're going to pay. I think that would be the best structure to go with.
Sounds good. I saw a
Hmm?
I saw a funnel yesterday that was like what you're describing. The ad was pure curiosity. It's like, here's this one thing that you've probably read over and over in marketing books, but you just skim over. And when you realize what it is, like, you're gonna be like, of course, like, why am I not implementing it? But it's like, you implement this one thing and you can start getting clients. I mean, the promise is like so many things. It's like just another way of saying get more clients. So the ad takes you to my phone screenshot the whole thing just so I could take a look at it, because it was very simple. It was very clean and elegant, and he's made a ton of money through ClickFunnels.
Yeah, that'd
Okay,
be
so
good. You can find it and send it to me. We can kind of like copy that if you want.
I think I pinned the ad. I think I did, but it's like, okay, so the ad directed to, yeah, attention for serious coaches and consultants only. So they said who it's for. We'll show you how to get high paying clients consistently so you can scale your coaching business without getting stuck one-to-one, or you don't pay. So super, super clear outcome and promise. They're very indirectly filtering out people who haven't gotten clients or consistent business yet. Some risk reversal right here before we've even signed up for anything. And so then it says, enter your information. So this is the squeeze page. Enter your information below and we'll send you a one-pager on how this offer works. So they're literally just saying, we're going to explain how this works if you're interested in this result. And if you're not a coach or consultant, don't request the information, leave the page now. So they're trying to get a higher quality of list by telling people don't sign up for this if you're not qualified. But it also creates that open loop of, if you are the right kind of person, it's like, it really makes you want to go forward. So, and then the actual squeeze page just says the same thing. Enter your information below. We'll send you a one-pager on how to get high-paying clients, 100% guaranteed. If you're not specifically a coach or consultant, leave this page now. And then email, name, phone number, get started button. I should check my email and see if they sent me something.
From what I understand, this seems more like a high-end like coaching offer than selling a doesn't sound like they're selling a course.
I'm pretty sure it is a high-end coaching offer, but I think because the page right after the sign up was like it was like a 10-minute free training. It's like, get high paying clients consistently so you can scale your coaching business without being stuck one-to-one or you don't pay. And so they're talking about in the next 30 days, you can get clients. and then it says book your free demo. So it's basically schedule a call is what happens after you've signed up. So now I'm gonna look at my email and see if they did have a resource or something that they sent. Ed. Here's our 4-minute video explaining our Get Clients offer.
So that's the thing,
So-
like strategy definitely works. If you're selling like a $10,000 coaching package, you can afford to spend a lot more on cold traffic, even if
Yeah.
it doesn't compete that well. But from what I've seen and what the people like who were in the trainings that I watched, they're like, your conversions are going to be so much better if you warm the traffic before.
Yeah.
It was like, hey, I send cold traffic directly to the funnel or to the webinar, and I make 1 to 2%. I think it was around like 2% conversion rate. All they did was include some free training before, and then on the back promote the webinar, and the conversion jumped to 20%.
Yeah.
And by just driving the traffic to like by providing free value in the beginning. And
Matt
that-
said the same thing. One of my friends, he says he's found if he can get people to come to a training, he tries to do like in-person trainings, like live stuff. But he says usually the first one, people are curious. He has some people buy on the first one. And he says if he can get them to come back the second time, he gets a lot of buyers. And so there is something to be said about like that repeat. Like, so you can get them in the room to explain your thing and then invite them to come back. It's like, what's the next logical thing? And it could be like, here's just a really brief overview of what I'm doing. And then the next offer is like, would you like to sit through like a free class on here's how you would get started. Here's how to do some of the things that we're talking about. And that basically sells you in.
What is your goal? Is your goal to make passive income with the course and then make even more money on whoever signs up for the one-on-one? Or is your goal just to get people to sign up for the one-on-one? Because if that's your goal, like you can just give away the course on the front end or charge very low, like be like something ridiculous. Like this is like a $1,000 course, but I really want to help you. I really want you to understand these principles. So I'm giving it away for $7. It's like,
Yeah, I think there's
goal is the back end. If you get them to invest even a small amount of money, but you provide a ton of value, they're going to be like, okay, if I got this much value for $7, like I'm going to get so much value, even if it's $10,000.
Yeah. I mean, I think that's, I'd like to try the low ticket list builder approach, just since what you just said, it's like you can get a small commitment from them. It's like, it's much more likely that they're gonna continue to be a better quality prospect. Like the people who are only looking for stuff for free, it's like, yes, you can warm them eventually. And I think that is something I want to do, but it's like the beginning, I need more buyers. So if I have something cheap and that, the other thing that I like about leading with a training or a workshop or something, it's like, it lets you see really quickly who are the action takers. So the people who do the work, it's like, those are the people that I'm like, okay, so if I work with you more and you implement, like, it's very likely that you're going to see some results and benefit from me helping you.
Or another strategy, if you want, could be like, instead of creating a course, let's just forget the course and you structure it in such a way of like, this is the like intrigue. These are the 4 secrets you need to know in order to get this result. And then it's literally a free training where you walk them through like, hey, these are the 4 secrets. This is like big overview. But then it's like, hey, I've created this 7-day challenge where you can take these principles and I'm going to walk you through how to do that to start getting results immediately. And then on the back end of that, that's when you offer coach. Because they've already gotten results. They already proved that they're willing to do the work.
Mhm.
So that could be another strategy if you want. And like, it doesn't need to be a live challenge. It can be like a pre-recorded challenge.
Mhm.
It really depends. Cause like if you have free traffic, then you don't necessarily need to monetize everything super quickly. But if you're planning on, paying to get traffic, then selling a course helps you defer the costs of getting that traffic.
Mhm. Yeah, so so I think that's what I want to do is like, how can I turn this into a low ticket product that will allow us to because if it seems to be attracting the right kind of person, like we can obviously use that if the market is validated, like we can start using that to test running something like that as the way to get people to a funnel or a land page, running ads to an actual product.
So a good strategy that works well for this to get them to spend money without really realizing it is the free book offer. It's like, hey, this book is free, you just pay shipping. It's like you're giving them something for free, but at the same time, you're still getting them to commit. So would there be a way for you to do the equivalent of that? But I mean, that's the thing, like there's a bunch of different ways we can structure the funnel, but at the end of the day, it's like there's not necessarily one that's better. There are certain ones that seem to convert better than others.
Yeah.
Like every type of funnel has been proven to work. So it's really about what kind of journey do you want the person to go on? And what is your end goal? Is your end goal making money with the course and then maximizing that money with the back end offer?
Yeah.
Is your main focus the back offer and the course is just a means to qualify people?
Okay, so the free plus shipping book model could still work because what you do is like the course is free, and what you do is you have an upsell that pre-qualifies them as the right kind of client and potentially an action taker or somebody that is like might want a higher end service. So it's like the course could be free and then you offer a bonus. It's like a no-brainer bonus.
The thing
Or
is, like,
upsell.
the course doesn't need to be free because what is free is the training, and the training is where you explain the principles of what you're teaching. You don't go into details or specifics, but you explain it in such a way that they're like, I understand the value of this. I see why I need this. And then the back end offer is, here's the course teaching you step by step exactly how to do what I just showed you. And that gets them to commit. And then the back end is like, hey, anyone who wants to go faster or get more results can then upgrade the one-on-one, like, done for you. It's like you're still qualifying them. So it's like step one, you get their email with the intrigue, and then you can use the automation, like the autoresponder to re-promote, like, hey, you missed your free training or whatever. And it's like driving them back to that. And the whole point is for them to watch the training so they understand the value of that. And what you do, you qualify them by getting them to purchase the course. And then you have the upsell. So it's like you're walking through that journey. There's different ways to do that, but it's like
Yeah.
you don't necessarily need them to pay upfront.
Oh, and I just thought of a really good way that we could test this with cold traffic without paying for ads. I should
Okay.
do this on TikTok.
Okay.
Like TikTok is very generous about putting you in front of lots of eyeballs. And if we planned it right, I could probably do an organic marketing strategy there. And just look at the TikTok audience as the community. Like I'm going to grow this audience the same way that I would grow like a Facebook group. Just, go and invite, friend people who seem to be in the niche, just consistently post really short stuff that just talks about the results. So all of the stuff that I'm doing, just reuse it there. And because it's like people that don't know me, it's literally going to be like, is what I'm saying in the offer actually what's making them interested?
Yeah, and it would be interesting to split test like within that Facebook group. If you drive traffic from there, like, do you need to get them to opt in and provide their email? Since they're
Mhm.
already formed because they're within the group, you might be able to send them directly to the training.
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of what I feel like is if you can get them into the group, like you have a lot longer opportunity to build rapport with them and get hand raises on people who are actually probably buyers. Because you're basically getting them to opt into a list by putting them in a group without them actually realizing that they're on a list. And it doesn't require that they have to get an email, like give their email. So it feels a lot safer. It feels a lot low commitment to people. And it gives you so many more chances. Like if you're doing your job, you're putting the information that you can provide, but it gives them like opportunity to connect with other people who might translate that information in a way that they understand that at some point when you say, hey, would you like the next thing? It's like, I'm doing this thing, like enter your email. They know you and trust you a lot more over time, as opposed to like the community essentially replaces the free training, which is just usually on like a squeeze page or it's like enter your email for this thing. It's like the community experience is that initial entry point. And then it allows you to warm them pretty significantly before making any other offers. Oops.
All right, so which structure are we going with? Are we going with the curiosity, like free breakdown, then the course?
Well, I think we
itself?
model what other people are doing, and then like all of this theoretical stuff that I'm saying is like this, the community works just like another, it's like more effective and efficient. It's like there isn't a lot of people doing that where we can say, oh, clearly this is working. Let's just copy that. So I think what we copy is the stuff that we're seeing other people doing over and over and over again, and do that part because that we know that works.
Well, I mean, I've seen this exact model multiple times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. I need to get ready for my next meeting. So I'm going to hop off, but I'm excited about this. This will be cool.
All right, so when should we start doing this?
Tomorrow.
Sounds good.
I'll send you.
Should we challenge ourselves not to get overwhelmed and like get too perfectionistic? Should we be like, all right, our goal is to build the funnel in one day?
Yeah, I think sloppy and fast is like the best. It's like
Okay.
if you have something, you can be like, oh, that needs tightened. Oh, that needs to, fix. But what I find is like my need to like tweak and polish, like I will get busy in the engineering mindset of things. I'm like, it's not even really close to finished yet. And I'm trying to polish and buff out the scratches. It's like, so I think like let's get to a finished shitty funnel as fast as we can. And then we'll start making like, okay, so all the components are here, but like what's the right language we need in here? And how do we make this tweak to put the button here versus here and like start optimizing it? So
Yeah, I think you're right. 'Cause a lot of the times, like it seems like you create a crappy funnel and then you're like later on come back and like split test
mhm.
better versions of it. And the original crappy one ends up converting best of all.
Yeah. So we could be like hours away from like making money already. It's like, what if you just do the crummiest version of something and that's what makes the most money?
All right, so do
But
we want,
I think in some sense, like that makes a little bit of sense from the standpoint of like, you're doing that with the least amount of investments. Like I'm expecting the least out of that. So there's some wiggle room of like, sort of when people sense that you don't care, it's like, okay, I don't have to worry about, they're not trying to yank me in. It's just like,
by the way, I discovered that during one of the trainings is you can have your course in ClickFunnels. So you don't even need a different platform to host your course. You can just do it in ClickFunnels. I'm not quite sure how to do it exactly, but I know that it's possible.
Nice.
And so you could even have your newsletter and you can have like the funnel, the course, and the news, like everything centralized in one place. Although the only thing in this case, since it's going to be in my account, it's going to be your list, it's probably better if you connect an external autoresponder because then you don't have to switch it. I don't know if you can like switch lists from one account to the other. Funnels, like, yeah, you can easily like download and then upload it to another account. The course, I think since it's part of the funnel, you can probably do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah,
All right.
tomorrow set up the funnel and then you can go in on the back end and create the course and upload it when it's done.
Sounds good.
All right, let's do it.
All right. Take care.
All right.